Hello and welcome back to my vlog. Essays on the Constitution of the United States, Part 36. Agrippa 17, Part 1. The Massachusetts Gazette, number 404, Tuesday, January 20, 1788. To the Massachusetts Convention. Gentlemen, as it is essentially necessary to the happiness of a free people that the constitution of government should be established in principles of truth, I have endeavored in a series of papers to discuss the proposed form with that degree of freedom which becomes a faithful citizen of the Commonwealth. It must be obvious to the most careless observer that the friends of the new plan appear to have nothing more in view than to establish it by a popular current without any regard to the truth of its principles. Propositions, novel, erroneous, and dangerous, are boldly advanced to support a system which does not appear to be founded in, but in every instance to contradict, the experience of mankind. We are told that a constitution is in itself a Bill of Rights, that all power not expressly given is reserved, that no powers are given to the new government which are not already vested in the state governments, and that it is for the security of liberty that the persons elected should have the absolute control over the time, manner, and place of election. These, and an hundred other things of a like kind, though they have gained the hasty assent of men, respectable for learning and ability, are false in themselves, and invented merely to serve a present purpose. This will, I trust, clearly appear from the following considerations. It is common to consider man at first as in a state of nature, separate from all society. The only historical evidence that the human species ever actually existed in this state is derived from the book of Genesis. There it is said that Adam remained a while alone, while the whole species was comprehended in his person, was the only instance in which this supposed state of nature really existed. Ever since the completion of the first pair, mankind appear as natural to associate with their own species as animals of any other kind herd together. Wherever we meet with their settlements, they are found in clans. We are therefore justified in saying that a state of society is the natural state of man. Wherever we find a settlement of men, we find also some appearance of government. The state of government is therefore as natural to mankind as a state of society. Government and society appear to be co-eval. The most rude and artless form of government is probably the most ancient. This we find to be practiced among the Indian tribes in America. With them, the whole authority of the government is vested in the whole tribe. Individuals depend upon their reputation of valor and wisdom to give them influence. Their government is genuinely democratical. This was probably the first kind of government among mankind, as we meet with no mention of any other kind till royalty was introduced in the person of Nimrod. Immediately after that time, the Asiatic nations seem to have departed from the simple democracy which is still retained by their American brethren and universally adopted the kingly form. We do indeed meet with some vague rumors of an aristocracy in India so late as the time of Alexander the Great, but such stories are altogether uncertain and improbable. For in the time of Abraham, who lived about 1600 years before Alexander, all the little nations mentioned in the Mosaic history appear to be governed by kings. It does not appear from any accounts of the Asiatic kingdoms that they have practiced at all upon the idea of a limited monarchy. The whole power of society has been delegated to the kings, and though they may be said to have constitutions of government because their succession to the crown is limited by certain rules, yet the people are not benefited by their constitutions and enjoy no share of civil liberty. The first attempt to reduce republicanism to a system appears to be made by Moses when he led the Israelites out of Egypt. This government stood a considerable time, about 5 centuries, till in a frenzy the people demanded a king that they might resemble the nations about them. They were dissatisfied with their judges, and instead of changing the administration, they madly changed their constitution. However, they might flatter themselves with the idea that a high-spirited people could get the power back again when they pleased. They never did get it back, and they fared like the nations about them. Their kings tyrannized over them for some centuries, till they fell under a foreign yoke. This is the history of that nation. With the change of names, it describes the progress of political changes in other countries. The people are dazzled with the splendor of distant monarchies, and a desire to share their glory induces them to sacrifice their domestic happiness. And we'll finish up with Agrippa 17 tomorrow. Make it a great day, and bye for now.